Hey, good morning, everybody. Happy Friday to you. You have made it. Congratulations. I'm Rob Evans. Welcome to a Daybreak Plus. We're breaking down all the news you may have missed overnight, and then we're digging deep into what matters to you. And we begin with the federal government cuts now targeting the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. 10,000 full-time employees are set to lose their jobs. That's on top of the 10,000 who have already left the agency through buyouts and early retirements. As ABC's Christiane Cordero reports, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. vows the department will do more with less. Take a look.
Today, Health and Human Services Secretary Robert F. Kennedy Jr. is slashing his own department's workforce as he vows to make it leaner, cutting an additional 10,000 jobs on top of the 10,000 previous layoffs and buyouts.
This will be a painful period for HHS as we downsize from 82,000 full-time employees to around 62,000.
Among the agencies affected, the Food and Drug Administration set to lose 3,500 employees, and the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention losing 2,400 workers. RFK Jr. will also narrow the CDC's focus on preparing for and responding to epidemics and outbreaks, shifting away from monitoring nationwide health trends including chronic diseases, firearm injuries, and overdose deaths.
We're going to eliminate an entire alphabet soup of departments and agencies while preserving their core functions by merging them into a new organization called the Administration for a Healthy America, or AHA.
Experts, including Dr. Philip Huang, the top health official in Dallas, are adamant the cuts will impact care and prevention. He worries a reduced workforce in agencies like the CDC will take away crucial expertise that his community relies on.
These smaller health departments, they don't have many staff, and you make a small cut, and that takes away a considerable, percentage of their workforce and ability to respond to anything at all. And so the impact on the local rural areas are really, catastrophic.
Democrats on Capitol Hill are sounding the alarm, as are some Republicans. Senator Susan Collins of Maine called HHS a critical agency that has to be adequately staffed. Christiane Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And in other news this morning, the woman who was convicted of killing popular singer Selena back in 1995 and who was sentenced to life in prison will not be given parole anytime soon. We talked about this yesterday a little bit, but the state parole board says Yolanda Saldivar must remain in prison for at least 5 more years. KVUE's Bob Buckaloo has more.
Selena had millions of fans who adored her music, and for what she represented to Latinos in the U.S. The story of her death continues to resonate with fans who still wonder how someone so talented and so positive could have lost her life at such a young age. It happened here at a Days Inn in Corpus Christi in 1995 when Selena verbally confronted the president of her fan club, who was the former manager of her boutiques and who had embezzled some money. Selena had been shot in the back and died later at the hospital.
What is your location? Days Inn Motel. It's 901 Navigation Boulevard. What's wrong, ma'am? We have a woman ran in the lobby, said she's been shot. She's laying on the floor in his blood.
The woman who shot her, Yolanda Saldivar, held off police as she sat in her truck threatening to kill herself. She eventually surrendered. At her trial, a jury found her guilty and sentenced her to life in prison. Saldivar was eligible for parole this year, but on Thursday, the parole board ruled that she must remain in prison. Her next bid for parole will come up in the year 2030. Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.
Now, Selena's family and a widower just released a statement saying, quote, "While nothing can bring Selena back, the decision reaffirms that justice continues to stand for the beautiful life that was taken from us and for millions of fans around the world far too soon." All right, it is 7:05 right now. Let's get a look at weather and traffic. The final day for Grace to do double duty. Are you relieved, Grace?
I just think it's funny that everybody knows that I am relieved. Yes, I am. All right, yes, Hannah will be back from Australia, her long trip to Australia on Monday. So that should be exciting for me and for everybody else who loves Hannah around here, which is everyone. All right, taking a look outside this morning, we're starting to see the first lights of day. Still cloudy out there, not as rainy as previously expected. We've really started to dry things out pretty early today. Now, we will have isolated chances for showers throughout the day today, but as you'll see, this forecast for this weekend is looking pretty good. So we are in the 60s right now to start off the day, so feeling comfortable as you're stepping out the door. Still some isolated showers around the area in Fayette County, up towards Williamson County, even over towards Mason County this morning, but the rest of us, pretty quiet conditions out there. Now, that's kind of only for Austin. If you look down to the south and the north of us, Dallas still dealing with some heavy rains this morning. Houston also starting to dry out there, but we do have this one little instance of moisture kind of hanging out north of Laredo there that could bring us some additional rain chances as we head through the next couple of hours. However, we are set to dry out pretty early on this afternoon. By 3 p.m., we're only going to see isolated chances for those showers out there. And then as we push past that towards about 8 or 9 p.m., we will be maintaining the 70s out there, and then we'll be much, much drier. So future rainfall totals will probably pick up another 1/10 of an inch in some spots today, mostly for the I-35 corridor as well as over towards the east, and then the rest of us will be kind of left out. But our weekend forecast, again, is looking much brighter out there. For most of our Saturday, while we do wake up to potential fog and a little bit of drizzle, we will eventually get much brighter for our Saturday afternoon, and then isolated thunderstorms for our Sunday, but you know, most of the day will be pretty dry. Okay, looking into our Saturday afternoon, we're really seeing those warmth out there with that southerly flow in place. 87 in Austin, up to 90 degrees out towards the hill country for tomorrow, and then heading overnight, we will work back in those storm chances. So overnight on Sunday into, or on Saturday into Sunday, I should say, you may wake up to some rumbles of thunder. Not expecting anything too strong out there. And then as we head into Sunday afternoon, there will be the chance for a couple of lasting storms to kind of move their way over the region. Next 7 days, though, that cold front moving through will drop our temperatures a little bit Monday into Tuesday. Thankfully, not too cool out there. Still very spring-like and even almost summer-like to some. Wednesday and Thursday, we work back in some clouds and some minor rain chances. Okay, we do have some updates on the traffic side of things. 7:08 is your time. If you're headed out in the next couple of moments and you're coming in from Round Rock, things are really starting to get slow for you guys due to a couple of crashes that have actually completely closed off some of the roadways there as you're heading southbound on I-35. So let's take a look at that for the moment. We also have issues over on Mopac. So if you wanted to scoot over to Mopac to make your way into town, that may not help you either. But if you are south of St. David's Hospital, it looks like you guys are sort of in the clear, but that is also a total blocked road there, and that's due to a crash on Duval Road, and that's southbound again near Palmer Lane. Also on the other side of the Palmer Lane region is going to be also that exit ramp crash southbound at Palmer Lane, and then also northbound is also blocked due to a crash. So lots of issues there as you're heading in from town today. Yeah, we did have road blockages all the way up there, and definitely causing some backups in that region as well. If you are in the Walnuts Forest area or even south of that, those things look a lot better. And then coming in from Buda this morning, of course, you guys are slowing down, but of course, we also have a lane blockage over that way as you're making your way into town. So starting to get a little bit slower, but still minute-wise looks okay. Buda to downtown, 29 minutes, and Round Rock to 183, 23 minutes. And then a look at Mopac to downtown, man, all the way up to 58 minutes. That is quite slow for the morning. 4 minutes, though, if you're heading in from Mopac to Cesar Chavez. Back to you, Rob.
Well, a special look at a trip that's all about recognizing our nation's heroes. KVUE is partnering with Honor Flight Austin, which takes veterans to Washington, D.C. to honor their service. It is a beautiful thing, and this time, KVUE got to go along. Here's KVUE's Bob Buckaloo.
As Jerry Ramsdell got off the plane at Washington, D.C. last week, there was a surprise waiting for him. Jerry is 101 years old. He served in the U.S. military in World War II. That was over 80 years ago. Jerry was among the group of 46 Central Texas veterans who were on the most recent honor flight to our nation's capital last weekend. It was both a very public journey with cheers and thank yous for your service just about everywhere they went. And it was a personal journey for the men and women on the honor flight, each with their own memory about their years at war. At the World War II Memorial, picture time, and a reminder of how many Americans served back then.
16 million men and women served in World War II. That was 12.5% of the U.S. population.
At the Korean War Memorial, a field of statues with the stern and determined faces of our guys frozen in time.
Steel pot, no cap or cover, unbuckled. Many were unbuckled due to the thought that if an artillery round came in, the concussion could break their neck, so a lot of Army kept their chin straps unbuckled.
And then the Vietnam War Memorial. No lectures here, just soft voices or silence. Paul Judkins flew those big C-130 transport planes in Vietnam.
I'm not like one of those that said, oh, I was lucky and didn't have to go to Vietnam. I'm glad to have served my country. That's what I was trained for. And it was exciting at times, but it was always saddening, and you realized how serious it was when you saw wounded and dead, and I did.
Honor flights are an opportunity to thank our American veterans by bringing them to the nation's capital to see the memorials that commemorate their service. And for veterans like Paul, no doubt an opportunity to renew their faith in our country.
We get bad news if we watch the news every day, and I do, and all of a sudden you start thinking, oh, they're tearing up America, but that experience made me say, America's still here, strong, and I love it.
Bob Buckaloo, KVUE News.
That is just a beautiful experience that the least we can do for our veterans, right? We continue to share these stories throughout the year, and if you want to support the effort, it costs a lot of money, obviously, to do this, to fly the veterans there, and the best way to do it is to donate so they can continue to fund their trips to D.C. You can scan the QR code on the screen. It'll take you right to the donation page. And if you want to see other honor flight coverage, you can always head to kvue.com/honorflight. Well, Rodeo Austin wraps up this weekend. You've got just a few more days to get out there and enjoy it for your kids or for the kid in you. Take a look. You can find all kinds of rides at Rodeo Austin for the big kids, the little kids, rides for the more timid, but few will make a grown man sound like this. Oh.
No problem with this deal.
Whoa! Just past the Ferris wheel, you'll find Ram truck territory, where you'll join a driver.
Professional driver.
Okay, I like that.
Specialist.
That's Jeff Trainer, gripping the wheel of the newest Ram truck.
It's called the Rebel X.
Half monster,
420 horsepower, 469 foot-pounds of torque.
half ballerina.
Right over here, you have a wheel off the ground out there. It's about 1.5 feet, 2 feet off the ground.
Oh my goodness.
Down.
All exciting.
I'm looking at that incline. That's steep.
And all free with your Rodeo Austin admission.
It's a 35-degree angle, 18 feet high.
So we can do that?
Yep.
No problem.
Yep, no problem.
We'll see how it goes.
Let's see what happens. 18 feet high.
Oh my gosh!
Close right up. No problem with this deal.
Whoa!
So now we'll get a nice view of everything. We're going down. 15-inch disc brakes. Kind of nice to hold it back. The largest brakes.
Oh man, I scream like a girl. I know. It was so much fun. Hey, it's free again. Get out there and take a look at that. And speaking of free, this is not free, but at least it's cheaper. A trip to the happiest place on earth about to get cheaper. Walt Disney World in Florida offering half off children's tickets this summer. Discounts for kids 3 to 9 years old. May 27th through September 20th, but they've got to be 3-day tickets or longer. The Disney execs saying, hey, they want to focus on families with younger kids, which is fantastic. You know, if you've ever been out there, you know how incredibly expensive it can be, but this is one way to help the families out there. All right, let's talk about baseball, shall we? The Round Rock Express starts its season on the road tonight, but it's not just any season. Oh, no. It's a cause for celebration. Here's KVUE's Brian Mays.
We went and visited with some people in San Marcos. We went to Georgetown. We went to Round Rock. And we started looking at where was the geographic center going to be of the Austin metro area in the year 2020.
Set the pitch. Bang.
This truly was a cornfield owned by the T-Lander family. You know, seeing Old Settlers Park and all of the infrastructure and the youth baseball fields and everything that had been built, we saw the vision of what this stadium could be.
That open field off Highway 79 in Round Rock became a first-class baseball stadium that has hosted more than 1,600 games. An average of well over 600,000 fans pass through the gates every single season.
Our family has continued to put money into the Dell Diamond. We're sitting in the brand new visitors clubhouse we have right now. The city of Round Rock has continued to put money into the Dell Diamond. So we've continued to keep this facility as good as it was the day it opened up.
There's no doubt the Express are synonymous with the city.
Round Rock Mayor Craig Morgan has seen firsthand what having an organization like the Express can mean to a city.
We've had a great relationship over the 25 years, and it's continued. I know the 15 years I've been in office, it's continued and only probably gotten stronger.
This isn't just a baseball team, it's a business, a good business. In fact, the team was just named the best place to work by the Round Rock Chamber of Commerce.
This organization has been blessed to have people that, one, love serving others, two, love the game of baseball, and I think three, appreciate the quality of life they're afforded living in Central Texas.
There have been some memorable moments in the past 25 years. One of the best happened the very first season when the Express won the Texas League Championship. Other big nights have included a Hall of Fame level player and a Hall of Fame comedian.
The Roger Clemens game was incredible because the build-up to him coming back to helping the Astros, get to a World Series, obviously having played at the University of Texas. I think when we had Will Ferrell do his Rojo Johnson and come and actually take part in a game with us.
So, what do the next 25 years look like? Could Major League Baseball be a part of the future in Central Texas?
The reason that we started this was because we believe that Austin's a big league market, that one day there will be a big league team here. What we can do as a community is just continue to be one of the top AAA franchises, continue to grow as a community. And so when they do decide to expand, it'll be a process that, lots of cities like Austin will be a part of. And we hope to be a part of that if that time ever comes.
I'd love for Round Rock to be in that conversation with this facility. I think there's things that we could do, and there's space around here that potentially could happen. I hope that this stadium and the Express are here 25 years from now.
We've been involved in the game for a long time, and we've owned other teams, we've run other teams, but I think the Express is always special to us because they gave us, the city of Round Rock and the people of Central Texas, gave us an opportunity to pursue a career in the passion we love, which is the game of baseball.
That was Brian Mays reporting. All right, well, as for this year, what can we expect on the field and off the field? We sat down with the voice of the Express, Rylan Cobry.
This time of year, these guys are ready to get going. Once you get to the last week of spring training, which the week I was out there, which was last week, those last 2-3 days, these guys they're in mid-season form. They're ready to start playing games and do the real thing. I think early on, it's nice being out in the 70-degree weather every day, and they're getting their days done early. The players are done at 2-3 o'clock. They get to go home to their wives and their families. Now they're ready to compete and ready to kind of get ready to try and make a run at the World Series. And the Texas Rangers, our parent club, they're very much in contention to possibly win it all this year. They went out and made some great offseason additions, and so the vibe of camp right now is one of a group that thinks they can go and win it all. And that trickle down effect to us here in Round Rock is always seen. We usually get great talent in these years where they're expected to make a run, and there's a lot of prospects that want to help the big league club that are going to be here in Round Rock.
Of course, it's all about the big league club, but you're focused more on what's happening right here, obviously. What can fans expect when they come out? Because it's not just about baseball. Obviously, that's the game, but it's an event.
Yeah, it really is, and especially this year. So we're celebrating our 25th season. Our first season in 2000 was a special one. It ended with a Texas League championship, and we're still searching for our second title since then. And so that first season though was a magical one. There's a book about it that we have here in our office, and you look at some of the photos of just the community coming out and supporting this team, and it's been like that for now, this being the 25th season. And so this year we're going to celebrate all 25 years. We're going to bring back former players. We just released our top 25 Express team with some of our greatest players that have played here at Dell Diamond over the years. We'll celebrate iconic moments. Roger Clemens pitched here. I think a lot of people kind of forget that. We don't, because it was the highest attended game in Express history. There's just going to be a celebration of this place, but also this community. I think really a lot of people think, the city of Round Rock and the Express are synonymous with each other, and the two have kind of grown together over the years. And here at Dell Diamond, we have steadily added things to this ballpark year in and year out, and every offseason when we get closer to the end of it, we look back and say, wow, look what we added. This ballpark just does not look like it's 25 years old. It looks like a brand new ballpark like we see across the Pacific Coast League. So it'll be a celebration for our fans, and we're looking forward to this year honoring them throughout the season.
Riley, you talked about the fact that you always got something new, and every time I'm there, there's something new. There's the batting cages inside, just on the outfield, which is so much fun there. You've got different foods coming up every year. What is going to be most exciting this year for the fans who are coming out for the atmosphere?
Yeah. So we'll start with the food, because I think that's always something that people want to know about. First of all, your classics are still going to be there. You're going to have your hot dogs, your popcorn, your soda. But that big foot-long hot dog, I think you might have saw it last year. That's coming back, and so that was very popular last year. That big hot dog is going to return. If you could finish it by yourself, great. If you need 3 or 4 people, that works as well. Nachology is one of our nacho stands. They've got chicken tinga nachos coming this year. That's going to be a fan favorite. And then a couple of the other alternatives this year. We'll have a Frito pie, which I don't have all the details quite yet on that, but that's another kind of ballpark staple this season.
Me and Frito, it's no more needed.
Yeah, exactly. I don't need to explain any more there. So a lot of different food options. One of the things that has changed this year, and it won't necessarily affect the fans on a day-to-day basis, but they'll notice the new building we have in right field. That is where the new visiting clubhouse will be. So for 24 seasons, we've had both clubhouses along the left field line, and this year we'll have the new visiting clubhouse on the right field line. And there's a new stairwell going down from that clubhouse to the field. So the visiting team will head onto the field from the other side. And so it's a beautiful new building we just added this offseason, and we're in the process and almost done renovating our home clubhouse down that left field line for our own players. So the skyline has changed just a little bit since fans were here in September.
Exciting time for sure. What type of inside baseball can you tell me when it comes to getting to the event, parking, tickets for families who've never been? What would you tell them rather than about what they need to do for opening day, April 1st?
Yeah, I think everything you need to know about Round Rock Express baseball, first of all, is at rrexpress.com. I think any kind of FAQs you have, if you literally go to our website, you go to FAQs, all those questions can be answered. Parking will be the same as it normally is in the past years. You'll come in through that front entrance, and tickets obviously are going to be all digital again, so fans can grab those just online. They can come up here to the box office and purchase those as well. I think overall, not a ton of changes just to the day-to-day of getting into this ballpark. I think our promotional schedule, which we could definitely talk about a little more, but that's going to be, another exciting part of the season. It always is whenever we unleash it at the end of February. And so we've continued to add to that. And throughout the year, I'm sure we'll make adjustments to some of those dates. But you're going to have your Friday fireworks presented by Bud Light that we've had in years past. We'll have opening day fireworks this year on Tuesday, April 1st when we start the season. Saturdays is always a great family day to bring the entire group out to the ballpark. We've got some drone shows on tap. We've got jersey giveaways. We've got alternate identities again. So the promo schedule is always something that I know people really look forward to. There's also a bobble leg this year, not a bobble head, a bobble leg. So that's a Nolan Ryan bobble leg. And we were debating the spelling. Is it bobble dash leg? Is it just bobble leg, one word? We're going with one word, bobble leg. We're inventing the term here this year at Dell Diamond, but that'll be coming this summer as well. So
I've never heard of a bobblehead. So is it the bobblehead where his leg just goes up over his head?
Instead of the head bobbling, it's that leg. That classic Nolan Ryan pitching motion where he lifts the leg very high. That leg, you'll be able to see the motion happening on the bobble leg. So it'll be a fun one this year that we'll have later in the season.
He and I think Fernando Valenzuela was the other one. You could never see anybody because the leg was over their head and like ballerinas on the mound.
Exactly. Yeah, you don't look, Nolan's pitching motion, you don't want to try it at home, so you can at least get to see how it works. That way you can, see how he got all those strikeouts.
Well, Rylan, I appreciate your time, buddy. And we're going to see you out there April 1st, first home game. What time is the first pitch on April 1st?
Yeah, first pitch 7:15 here at Dell Diamond, and we're looking forward to bringing the fans back. That opening night, like I said, it'll be fireworks for the opening game of the year. We also have our commemorative ticket that we're handing out in honor of our 25th season. So plenty of reasons to get on out here, and the weather at this time of year is always great. We're expecting that for Tuesday, April 1st.
And thanks, Rylan, for your time there. You do not try that pitching motion at home because your back, your legs, your hammies. Ooh, yeah. All right, well, we leave you this morning with something to talk about. Fireball whiskey. It's known as a popular shot at watering holes across the country. Fireball, yeah. Oh, now the company's offering a lifetime supply of the spirit to one lucky winner. Here's the catch. The only people eligible are those who were born in 1935 or earlier. According to the company, they have to prove that they keep the mischief alive at 90 plus by taking a photo of themselves enjoying a fireball. Look at the video right here. This is hilarious. The promotion runs through the end of the month, the 90th day of the year, by the way. And fireball, oh. My stomach just hurts just thinking about it. Okay, that's it for Daybreak Plus. Let us know what you think about that or anything. What do you want to talk about? Message us at 512-459-9442. You can talk about baseball. You can talk about fireball, whatever you want. Just let us know. Of course, you can also message me on social media at Rob Evans TV on Facebook, X, Instagram, wherever you want. And stick around because Daybreak continues right here on KVUE Plus. Goodbye, everybody.